This popcorn-style review contains scenes from another video. Mahou Shoujo Lyrical Nanoha ViVid. Despite being called Lyrical Nanoha, Nanoha appears almost nowhere in this actual season. This is about Vivio, Nanoha's daughter, and from what I understand, the reasoning behind this, I don't know if this occurred yet or if this is later, but Nanoha's voice actress had a falling out with the creators of the franchise, and so they decided to try and move away from her as a character, and so this is actually about Vivio more than it is Nanoha, who, rarely appears. I think Fate appears even less than Nanoha, but yeah, so basically, Vivio now that it's a time of peace and she's been recaptured from the terrorists in the last season, she ends up working at a gym, it's kind of like a magical boxing gym owned by one of the combat cyborgs who's on probation. And there's another girl who has a descendant from ancient Belka named Einhart, who is, let me be clear, Einhart is a way more important character than Vivio forever. Just the rest of the franchise, Einhart is more important than Vivio. But Einhart has somehow just inherited the memories of her ancestor, which is not the craziest thing I've heard of in a Magical Girl series. Shout out to Sailor Moon and the ability to spontaneously turn into a Neanderthal, just being a thing that can happen. But yeah, so Einhart goes around and she's trying to become like her ancestor and defeat Vivio, who is, of course, the clone of her ancestor's rival, and she does, and Vivio at no point actually defeats Einhart. And I wasn't super fan of Einhart at the beginning, but it is worth noting she does inherit all of the memories of an ancient warlord, so I guess she's okay. And there's other girls that attend the gym who you get to see, develop as characters. There's no real focus for ViVid, and it's a major issue for the show as a whole. Because although the new characters are interesting enough and seeing them develop is, interesting, the opening of this anime is dedicated to explaining the premise of ViVid and being like, hey, this one is about Vivio. We're gonna leave Nanoha to the wayside. This is about Vivio and Einhart, and they try and almost set up a fate relationship, like a Fate Nanoha relationship between Vivio and Einhart, and it never really feels like their relationship connects in that manner. It's more like they're good friends in this regard. You never really get the romantic tension. I've heard people say they see it, but they don't really push it as hard as they did with Nanoha and Fate, and it's possibly because they're all pretty young and there's a bit of an age gap between the two of the characters, so we haven't really gotten into Vivio and Einhart adopting a child and living together in their 20s. But who knows, we'll see if the franchise continues in that direction. But they actually seem to be moving away from the ViVid direction regardless. Oh yeah, the opening of this, the introduction sets them up, and then the middle part is all about a training sequence where you get to see the characters from Strikers, and it kind of elaborates on their epilogue a little bit, and you get to see them train, and there's this bullshit fight where Nanoha loses to one of her proteges from Stars, and I like to think she held back because otherwise Nanoha's bombardment should be so powerful everyone should have instantly lost. Nanoha is consistently shown to be the strongest. I mean, they show her tying with Fate a lot, but I feel like if she had to, she could take down Fate. So, yeah. They kind of gloss over the rematches. I don't know, take it how you will. It is worth noting that the, Stars and Lightning members don't have power limiters like Fate, Nanoha, and Hayate do. So that could be an explanation for that. Nanoha's literally not able to fight at her strongest. One thing that's always gets me with, shows is when power's shown to be inconsistent. If it's just, about tactics and shit, and the show lets you understand that, it's fine. But Nanoha's not the franchise where tactics actually matter, and, a weaker character can overcome a stronger character. It's a show where a little girl fires pink death lasers at you. There's no pretending that it was a tactical advantage. So maybe it was the power limiters. I don't know. But the latter half of the season sets up a tournament arc and then gets into the preliminaries of the tournament arc where all of the Nanoha girls are fighting in this tournament, and it shows them fighting against competitors, and it does a fucking great job of setting up everyone in this tournament and their competitors, and it really gets you interested in who they're fighting, and it's like, this is the end-all be-all. Like, the champions here, everything's gonna go great, because now the franchise is about competitive fighting. You thought it was about space battles and recovering ancient technology. No, now we're about competitive magic fighting. And there's the end of this fucking, like, I'm a little bit mixed on, like, ViVid, but the end of this fucking season where the Golem Girl and Einhart fight, it's such a good fight. It is a really good fight, and I really enjoyed it. And they set up all of these characters, and then the season ends, and we don't get to see the actual, like, tournament play out ever. Twitch and Discord in the description. I've been Sacrobolic. You're Envoy of Hope. Bye-bye.